Welcome to About Seniors Talk TV. My name is Victor Oliveira and I'm the president of In Our Care Home Care Services for Seniors and the host of this show. As citizens of our community, we endorse and rely on our elected officials to listen to our concerns and represent our views in a manner that conveys justice and fairness. After all, there's an expectation as constituents that our voice matters and our views are represented for the creation of a richer and more diverse city. The region of Peel is a spellbinding example of what planned growth can accomplish. My next guest was first elected to City Council in the City of Mississauga in the region of Peel in 1991. Prior to her election, she worked 5 years as a public affairs officer for the city. She has a long history of community involvement in Ward 9 and in the City of Mississauga. She's been a resident in the Mississauga since 1972, a strong advocate in crime prevention, traffic safety, waste management issues. She's initiated and chaired the Peel Crime Prevention and was instrumental in the funding of the Mississauga Crime Prevention, now Safe City Mississauga. Her initiative resulted in the development of the Peel's first community police station in Meadowvale Town Centre in 2006. Her contributions were recognized by the Peel Regional Police and awarded a prestigious Robert Boyne Award for Crime Prevention. Although her job as a councillor of a ward of a population of about 60,000 takes up much of her time, Pat still finds the time to take some of the leisure time with her family and of course taking time from her busy schedule to come to our show. Please welcome Ward 9 Councillor Pat Saito. Welcome to the show, Pat.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So you have quite a lengthy career as a resident in Mississauga and also in the City of Mississauga.
I have. My career hasn't matched Hazel yet. I'm coming up this year as my 25th year on council, so I still have a way to go to match her 36.
But you're well on your way.
Well, I'm on my way.
So Mississauga has countless programs in place for seniors.
Yes.
Can you give us a brief example of what some of those programs are and how seniors can access them?
Yeah. At the city, we have developed what we call the older adult strategy. And I want to make a comment about the term older adult. The consultants and our staff like us to use the word older adult. When I go out to visit with the senior clubs in my community or the Mississauga Seniors Council, they want to be called seniors. They feel that they have earned that title, and frankly, they don't like the word older adult. So I guess I kind of butt heads with staff a few times, and although I do call it the older adult strategy, it's really for our city seniors. But the strategy is one that council approved a few years ago, and it is for seniors 55 and over. And we are working right now at the City of Mississauga to become, to receive the designation from the World Health Organization of an age-friendly community. So a lot of our work combines the work with the seniors and with the youth in the community, because I love the term. It was another organization called themselves 8 to 80. And I just love that term because it really encompasses what we are trying to do at the City of Mississauga, that we want people to age in place as they get older. We want them to have the services that they need in a setting that they feel comfortable in. And that's very important as people get older. You know, we are offering special classes for seniors with healthy lifestyles. They want aerobics, they want Zumba. I've done Zumba with a few of these groups and I cannot keep up with a lot of them. But they want yoga, they want Zumba, they want therapy. We're building the new Meadowvale Community Center and we're installing, it's opening this fall, and we're installing a therapy pool. And you'll love this because one of the requests I got from several of the seniors in Meadowvale was that in the therapy pool we run classes with pole dancing. Underwater pole dancing for therapy. Those are the things that the seniors are looking for today. They want those activities. They want to stay healthy.
Well, there's such a vibrant demographics in our population.
Oh yeah.
You know, pole dancing can be just as engaging on any age level. So why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not? They sent me a video on Facebook, and I went on YouTube, looked at the video, and I thought this would be a lot of fun. And by the time, someone had posted it, by the time a lot of the people in my community had looked at it, we almost filled 2 classes with people who wanted it, and not all women. So I'm really hoping that that's the type of program we can do, because we need to get ideas from the community. They're seeing things, especially now with social media. They're getting more ideas. We put in, one of the things that we put in Meadowvale some years ago was an outdoor fitness circuit at Lake Aquitaine. That was originally intended for seniors. And it was someone came to me and said, look, here's a playground for seniors. And it had all of this active equipment in one spot. Looked at it, I had some infrastructure funding from the province, which I appreciated. And I took a look at it and said, well, let's see where we could put it. And we thought, let's do it as a circuit around Lake Aquitaine. So on any given day, we have 6 stations. And any given day, you will see seniors walking around Lake Aquitaine, all ages, but you see the seniors doing it. And they're stopping at the fitness circuit at each of the centers, and they're exercising. So they're getting their walk and they're getting their exercise.
So as an example, the Meadowvale Community Center, as it's being built, is there input from the community, input from older adults or seniors on how this new environment is going to look like?
Absolutely. We had a lot of sessions, open house sessions, where people came and just brainstorm, what would you like to see? Meadowvale Seniors Club is extremely active. They have about 400 members right now. And they're a very, very active group. So as we were designing the room that they're using, and they share it with the youth. They'd love to have it on their own, but but they share it with the youth. But as they were building it, they were looking at the plan, or the designing. They looked at the plan and they said, well, you can't have coat racks here. And the architect looked and said, well, why not? They said, we have to have a closet. We have coat racks right now, and the walkers get stuck on them. Oh, okay, that was something we didn't think of. So we designed a closet. Then they said, we need a separate washroom. Now, the washrooms are just across the hall, the center washrooms for everyone. They said, we need a separate washroom, because when you have someone that's in a walker or a wheelchair, they appreciate the privacy. And they may not be able to, maneuver across there. Okay, that was something else. So they got a washroom.
Well, and it is valuable input, because
it's great input.
It's their way of life, and that walker or wheelchair, it's an extension of their mobility.
Exactly.
If I may just ask, so Mississauga or the region of Peel is not alone in this, but demographically speaking, particularly to the region of Peel, we're going to see our aging population, 65 over, almost double in the next 10 years.
Yeah.
As a city, how are we preparing for this influx of growth?
Well, and a lot of them are going to keep working too. It's not that people retire and have time at home and get out volunteering and things. They're continuing to work, and as I mentioned earlier, they want to stay active. So we are looking at the region of Peel, we're very concerned with healthy lifestyles. And there's I don't want to say end-of-life care, but there is that, and there's the older senior care, where we have the long-term care facilities, we have the respite care, daycare centers for seniors, caregiver, give them a bit of a break as well. Those are all things that we really need to work with, but keeping them healthy and preventing diabetes is one of our biggest, because diabetes is just, Peel region has the highest incident. And so in order to do that, we need people to be eating healthy, and we need them to be staying active, getting out walking, getting out. So combining with that, that was one of the reasons why in Mississauga, Councillor Carolyn Parrish and I steamrolled the $1 bus fare for seniors. And we had some criticism on council that it should only be for low-income people, and we're right. That's right. We're hoping that those that can afford to pay, most of them are driving still anyway, but we wanted to make sure that the seniors had an inexpensive way of getting out of their apartments, out of their houses, getting out and doing something, even if it's to take a bus one stop from where they live over to the shopping center and walk around. If they can do that for $1, then they may be more inclined to do it.
That's right. It may incline them to get out of the house and be more engaging
Absolutely.
in the community.
Yeah, and they may not be able to walk very far, you know, but all our buses, by the way, are fully accessible. And, you know, you mentioned that I was very big on crime prevention. I've kind of moved now to accessibility for the last 10 years and really removing all those barriers for seniors. And one of the things that we're doing, because everybody I know, and I'm a senior, and everybody I know is getting a new knee. You know, it's like all of our friends that moved to Meadowvale the same time we did. My husband's in line next year for one.
There's an expiry on the knees.
There
Can
is.
I ask you a question in about a minute or so that we have left? What's your stance on the elimination or the designation of the legality of bingo being banned from Mississauga?
All our criminal seniors. I was at an event yesterday morning. We're putting in a bid for the over 50 summer games for 2018. And I was at an event yesterday morning and speaking with some of the seniors, and I said, oh, you know, you're just a bunch of criminals, right? You're out there gambling and playing bingo for, you know, a nickel. And one of the seniors from Meadowvale Club said, you know, she says, well, we all want to get arrested and make a point. And I said, oh no. I said, you mean I have to come and visit you and bail you out? You know, but it's ridiculous. You know, we had one complaint, one, and I had no idea who it was, what club it was, but someone obviously didn't like the idea of seniors playing bingo. And it's such a good outlet for them. It's social.
It really is.
It's more social. It's not, I mean, yeah, it could be considered gambling if you go to a bingo hall. But it's a social thing. But it's a criminal act of Canada.
So I don't want to open up a can of worms, but how do people get a hold of you if they need to speak with you?
Oh, they can go on my website at ward9.ca, which is the quick way. They can call me at 896-5900, or they can email me at pat.saito@mississauga.ca.
Thank you very much for coming on our show and sharing your wealth of experience and information. And I'm sure if people have any other questions or concerns, they will contact you directly.
And I'd love to hear from them.
Thank you, Pat. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back to About Seniors Talk TV. Anyone who's been a resident in the region of Peel in the last 20 years can certainly attest how the city has grown and evolved. As the city sprawls, the need for public transportation increases significantly. Public transportation is relied upon by its residents to getting people to work, play, appointments, social events, visits, and so on. As such, more and more seniors are also dependent on the public transportation for their daily needs. MiWay, the City of Mississauga's public transit, has adapted well to the ever-increasing demands, not only to sustain the daily commute routes, but also to encompass new routes as the region continues to develop. Enhancing services takes more than simply adding more buses on the road. It takes careful planning, consideration. My next guest is the Community Outreach Supervisor for MiWay, the city's Mississauga Public Transit. She's worked in the transit marketing section for the past 28 years in the Transportation and Works Department. In 2010, she contributed to launch the new MiWay brand, developing the community's outreach section. The community outreach is a two-way community engagement with various groups, including youth, older adults, and general commuters. The MiWay outreach activities help manage transit service expectations, increase ridership, and educate residents about MiWay brand. Please welcome Patricia Runzer. Welcome to the show, Patricia.
Thank you, Victor.
So, not all of us might be aware, but what is MiWay?
Well, MiWay is Mississauga Transit. It's one and the same. Basically, Mississauga Transit was the brand up until 2010, where we launched the new MiWay brand. We have two levels of service. We have the orange buses, they're the MiLocals, and we have the MiExpress, which are the blue buses. The difference, the MiLocal services every stop in the community, whereas the MiWay Express buses stop at major intersections, getting you faster with limited stops.
See,
So that's a
I
difference.
did not know that. I see the blue and the orange, but I didn't know that there was a significant difference in their routes. So there is a difference between the two.
There is, definitely. So the blue buses get you there faster. One key thing with the blue buses, too, they have Places on the bus where you could actually charge your cell phone. Pretty cool. If you're driving on the bus and you want to charge your cell phone up, there you go, you've got power.
Well, in today's day and age, I think that's a critical piece of gadgetry to have on the buses. Now, which buses, is it the blue or the orange, that actually links Mississauga to the GTA, to Toronto?
Well, we have what we call the Mississauga Transitway, where our routes 107 and 109 take you right across the city, right from when it's open fully, Winston Churchill, right to Renforth. And these are our express routes that will be traveling along this bus-only highway. It's called the Mississauga Transitway.
And I'm sure MiWay is always in flux because our region continues to evolve.
It does. We do have a plan. We have a 5-year plan that we're working on right now. It is the MiWay 5, and you could find it on our website at www.miway.ca. And we are trying to streamline our system to be more like a grid-like system. Because we did a survey, and those people said they want more frequent service. To do that, we have to straighten out our routes into more grid system, and then we can move ahead with more frequent service.
So how does MiWay address some of the ridership of older seniors, older adults?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. We do, all our buses are fully accessible. So if you had problems with your knees, or you needed to use a walker, or perhaps you're in a wheelchair, all of our buses are fully accessible. These buses hold 2 securement areas for the wheelchairs. If you need to use a ramp, you simply ask your operator, please deploy the ramp. You come up on the ramp. There's seats at the front that are designated for those that have any difficulties. Right at the front they could sit. And basically, we have lots of accessible features on our bus. The cords that you would have to pull down before are now in the middle of the window. We have stop press buttons that are very conveniently located, so you don't have to lift your hand. We have stop announcements. So automated announcements, so it would say, for example, next stop, Wolfdale Road. So if you're not sure where you're taking the bus or what the stop is, you could hear what the bus stop is.
You have an audible cue.
Yes.
Now, these features that you're sharing with us, is this just on some buses or all the buses?
Every single bus, 100%.
Every single bus.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I often hear, through advertising, social media, about Presto cards. What is that?
Oh, Presto cards. Well, Presto card is a fare card that is a reloadable smart card. So basically, you would get the card and you would just reload it online, preferably if you can. If not, you could go to a GO train station or the City Centre Transit Terminal or any Mississauga Community Centre. A local community center, you take your Presto card, you would load it with money, and for seniors, it's a $2 charge on your Presto card.
And our previous guest alluded to the $1 fare.
Oh yes, the $1 fare.
Can you elaborate? Because that's right up your alley.
Yes, it is. The $1 fare is a continuing pilot. So we offer it to all seniors. They should carry ID with them because I'm telling you, some of the seniors look very young. So they should be carrying some government issue ID. And then they could travel on MiWay buses from 9:30 to 3:30 for only a loonie. It's simply 1 loonie.
And you said that this has been an ongoing trial.
Yes.
How long has it been trialed for? Do you have some statistics about users? And when is it going to expire?
Well, right now, what they're doing is they extended the pilot because they also offered a new program. I don't know if your last guest said anything about the affordable transportation pilot that the Region of Peel is doing. This is for low-income Mississauga residents to apply. They could apply at povertyandpeel.ca, and they will basically apply to have this pass at a 50% discount. So if you could prove that you're low income and you live in Mississauga, you could actually get into this pilot program and get a 50% off monthly bus pass. You actually get that Presto card and it gives you that 50% off.
So with the demographics and the aging population growing, it grows every day, but over the next 10 years it will actually double. Mm-hmm. Is MiWay preparing itself for that influx of perhaps ridership that goes along with that aging demographics?
Oh yeah, We go out to a lot of different senior events. The CARP events are some of the events, the Zoomer events we go to spread the word about MiWay. Because some people might be hesitant to take the public transit if they've not been familiar with it. But we do try to educate through any senior groups. They could contact me, myself, if they would like me to come out to a seniors group to explain the ins and outs of MiWay and how to take it and all about the fares.
Now, the drivers that work for MiWay, do they have any specific training? Because some individuals do have some cognitive impairment when they still ride the public transit. So are drivers trained to deal with individuals that perhaps may have some cognitive impairment and still use the public transit?
Oh yes, all of our drivers go through extensive training. I think we have very friendly drivers. I was just on the bus this morning myself, and all our buses, he was greeting every customer and making sure that they were comfortable as they paid the fare and went on to sit down. So yes, we do have very friendly MiWay drivers that will help in any situation.
I can certainly attest to that, because in preparation to have you as a guest, I was speaking to some of my clients, whether they use the public transit, and you know, they rave about it.
Right.
So if people wanted more information on MiWay, how could they do that? You want to share that with our viewers?
Oh yes, we do have, we have several ways that people can get information. We have our website, which is www.miway.ca, nice and easy. We also have a customer information line. So if you wanted to talk to somebody about planning a trip that you're going to take on the bus and you actually want to talk to somebody, we have friendly customer service representatives working on the phones. You would dial 905-615-INFO, and for anybody it's 4636. So 905-615-4636.
So you can customize your ride.
You can. We have a nice plan a trip tool. We actually just refreshed it the other, I think it was March actually. We refreshed the plan a trip tool and we're using Google Maps. Fantastic. It's a really easy way to plan your trip.
Well, thank you very much, Patricia, for coming on our show. I'm sure people will have some questions and they will reach out to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back after a short break. Thank you for watching another episode of About Seniors Talk TV. I would like to thank the guests who appeared on our show today to share their experience and knowledge with you. Pat Saito, Ward 9 Councillor, and Patricia Runzer, MiWay Mississauga. We certainly hope you're enjoying our series and benefiting from the brand of information we share. If you have any questions, concerns, or general inquiries, please contact me directly at volivera@inarcareservices.com. Thanks for watching.